Hey everyone, welcome to the Beyond Boudoir podcast, where I chat with ladies who've been in the studio with me. Hello, I'm Stuart from Classic Boudoir in Nova Scotia, Canada. In the first 18 months of running my studio, I've photographed about 100 women. All of them have left an impression on me. This podcast is all about them and their incredible stories of struggles and pain and self-doubt and, more importantly, perseverance, strength, and overcoming some pretty difficult things. It is not a photography podcast, so we won't be talking about gear or lighting or the industry or cameras or anything like that. These are real chats with real women, so listen in and be inspired, like I am.
Suzannah.
Hello.
Hello. How are you feeling?
Great.
How was it for you today?
It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I came in.
Yeah. Highlights of the time we had in the studio? What really stood out?
I just really liked it all. Like just the laughing, it was just so laid back. Like just felt so comfortable right from the moment I got in the door. It was just great.
That's good to know. That's good. That's really nice to hear that you felt comfortable.
Yeah, it was a great experience.
Good. And actually it showed from your very first pose. In fact, before that, when I was doing my posing.
Yeah, that was great. That was a highlight.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love that bit. But actually, when you was just sit on the chaise like you are now, you just kind of went into it and did all that, and then it's been pleasure ever since.
It's been great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed myself. I know Liv has
Good.
too, because she just texted me while you were saying. It's a shame she's just not feeling well. Yeah. But I forgot what I was going to say now. I've had so much fun that all the questions I had have just disappeared from my head. What? Okay, so we did a lot of shots, right? We did a lot of shots of moving around, and so how physically are you feeling at the moment? Bit stretchy? You all good?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling. I mean, I tried to be prepared to get into some different poses today, so I was, I tried some yoga poses and stuff to make sure, see how limber I was, but it's not bad.
No, it paid off. Like you pulled some really good ones.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, good. Me too. So of the ones that we've done, are there any that's outstanding? You're like, oh, I really want to see that one or those ones.
I really like the ones in the door with the curtains.
The ones at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, they're so
I'm
good.
excited to see those ones.
Yeah. I've seen a couple. They're going to look really, really good. I think we took loads, didn't we? My card filled up. I saw, when things go technically wrong, you're like, oh my God, what's happened? Is my camera broken? Or, I mean, your fellas in racing, like, I'm sure they have their technical hitches all the time. And the immediate panic sets in, and it's like, no, we can fix it. I know what it is.
Yeah. But it was all great, though. I'm looking forward to seeing them. It was great.
Yeah. Oh man, you're just so much fun to have in the studio. Like, giggly and smiley, but and open to suggestions and bringing your own as well, which is really important.
Yeah. Well, and you were open to hearing them too, so that was nice. Instead of just being dictated to what you're going to do and how you're like that, it made it a lot more fun to be able to kind of be part of that. So
yeah, because it's your experience, isn't it? And it's a special experience, which is why you're holding a cake and a 49. So what is the special occasion, as if we need to ask?
Birthday. And I love celebrating, and I love every year that I get older, like I try something new, and this was my thing for this year, and I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah.
So.
What did you do last year?
I went to Miramichi and stayed in a treehouse.
What, like a glamping treehouse? Or
nope, just a treehouse, and there was a bear, and yeah, it was cold, but it was good. It was a good experience.
I might need to get the details of that. Really. That sounds like a lot of fun. So why this for this year?
Well, I just really wanted to just celebrate me and who I am. And I feel like this was a focus on me. It wasn't me as a mom or a grandmom or a wife or anything else. It was just me. And that's what I want to celebrate. So,
well, I think we achieved that today,
I think so.
Yeah. What was it like having the camera like shoved in your face and just pointed at you all day long?
It wasn't bad, actually. It kind of makes you kind of feel special. It does. It makes you feel like, you're photo worthy, I guess. And
sure.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah. And the whole kind of pampering thing is part of, from what I want to give is that whole experience. It's not just a photo shoot. Like,
yes. No, the girls were wonderful.
Yeah.
And I liked how they were, do you like this? Are you happy? Like you had input right from the minute you walked in the door. So that was nice.
Yes. I mean, it's your session. Yeah. It's your time, your experience. Yes. And yes, obviously yours is birthday and that's extra special. But, everyone who walks in here, this is their time. This is their me time.
And I felt you were highlighting who I was, not changing who I was, which is very important. So
yeah, because you're awesome. Like, we don't know each other well. Like, we've spoken on the phone, we had a video chat, and we've obviously been in the studio together a bit. But I don't know, it just seemed like a really nice, grounded, whole person.
Thank you. And it was a really nice compliment.
Oh, and I'm really honoured that you chose us to be on your birthday as well, because it'd be easy to say, oh, let's do it as close to my birthday, but to actually be in, that's so cool. I love that.
Yeah, it's great. I'm glad I came.
Well, so 49, right? It's not
49.
It's not the big 50.
Nope.
Are you planning your big 50, or is it you're going to see how it happens?
Well, I will probably see how it happens, but I don't spend my birthday with my family because I go off on adventures. So I'm thinking 50 might be a big family party.
Different kind of adventure. Yeah. That's so cool. I really like that. Yeah.
We'll see.
So you said something really interesting, celebrating the getting older. What is it? What's your experience of getting older?
Well, I have a lot of people in my life who didn't get that opportunity. So I want to celebrate every moment that I'm here. A lot of women will say, oh, I won't tell people my age. I am more than proud to be able to achieve 49. Hopefully I'll see 50 and beyond. But I have a lot of people who I love that didn't get that opportunity. So I'm going to live on the best I can for them and for myself and celebrate every moment I get.
That's really nice, actually.
Yeah. Really important.
Yeah, that's so cool. How, I don't really ask these normally, but how, as a woman, does the aging, how do I phrase what I want to say? What's aging like for a woman? Obviously, I'm a fella, so I don't know what it's like for you.
Well, I think it's different for everybody. It's an individual experience. But for me, it's learning who I am and being able to be comfortable being who I am and accepting that you're not everybody's cup of tea. You don't need to change to make somebody like you. And the people who do like you will love you as you are and just be true to yourself. And as I grew older, I got to realize that. But in my younger years, it was trying to conform to be what I thought people needed me to be. Mm-hmm. And now that I'm 49, I'm like, I love me. So,
you know what? Maybe our experiences are quite similar then, because that's pretty much what I would have said. It's that maturing process, I guess, where we learn that we are good. Yeah. We're good people. We do need other people. Of course we do. Like we're humans. We need other people. Right. We don't always need other people to validate us. No. We're our own whole people. And I think that only comes with age.
And it's okay if people don't like things about us. They're not everybody's supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then you turn into a people pleaser and that isn't who you are.
Right.
Yeah. I like that. That's cool. See, this is why we have these cool chats, because then I get to hear other people's experiences as well. Now, your fella doesn't know you're here. No. In fact, only your daughter knows here.
Right.
I'm just fascinated. I love it when that happens, by the way. I'd love to know, like, the story. How did you get out of the house with a bag full of you told me earlier.
Everybody was sleeping.
Everyone's still sleeping. All right, so you've got the opposite question. How are you going to get back in the house with a bag
I'll probably just leave the bag in the trunk until no one's looking.
Good move. Oh, I love that. But you said in the studio that he's not going to be shocked that you've done this?
No. I do all kinds of crazy things, and he's never surprised by what I say I'm going to do, and he just kind of goes with the flow. He doesn't always, I did indoor skydiving, and he did not want to take part, but he's happy to sit and watch and happy that I'm doing things I want to do and putting myself out there, so I'm sure he'll just have a little chuckle, and then he'll love the photos, and I think it'll be great.
Oh, he's definitely going to love those photos. He is. And not because they're skin and lingerie, because they're you. Right. Like this, obviously it's not all of you. Like this is one aspect of who you are and a part of your personality. But they're going to come through, that.
Yes, I really felt that in doing this, because I felt like my insides were really reflecting what the photo was. Like I could feel my personality coming out in the photo and being able to be laughing and just be carefree. I just felt me. So
yeah,
it was nice.
Yeah, no, that's actually really nice. And again, that's kind of what I want the photos to look like you.
Right.
Because, I told you what we do with editing. We don't change anything about who you are. Cuts and bruises and things like that, obviously they go. But, you kind of goes back to what you were saying earlier, celebrating you, celebrating everything that you are and the body that you have and why it's the way it is. Like, you've had children, you've been through life, you've done this, and you've lived in that body, and that body has supported you. And now we're here celebrating it and you.
That's right.
It's just a beautiful thing.
It is.
And that comfort in your own skin comes through in the photos because you're comfortable in the environment that we're in right here today. And the look we get on your face, and, that I didn't really have to relax you that much, which is cool. Like occasionally I'll be say drop your shoulders, but that's more just I think because we'd got into a position where but it was wonderful working with you. And even as you get further on towards the end, it's like, oh yeah, you've done it. Oh yeah. And then me cracking up saying, no, that's exactly what I was going to tell you to do anyway. And off comes the booty, the feet come up, and off we go.
And you were great at demonstrating, so
I can't work out if that's a good thing or not. Oh man, I do yoga so I can pull those poses. Oh man, because some of them are a bit bendy. I like the kind of active bendy ones because like I was saying at the beginning, in that posing, the female form to me is a work of art. It's beautiful, and in my mind, in my photographic mind, it's defined by those beautiful curves that you have. Just it's working with you on those. Like you said, I mean, of course, I'm giving you some instructions, but I'm not like I'm ordering you around.
No,
it's
at all.
Okay. Can we do that? And then you go and you move your hair and you lift your hip and you do those things, and that it's just wonderful to watch and be part of that. I love it.
You made it feel very natural. Like it didn't feel like we were posing. It just felt like, I don't know, almost like that's just how you were supposed to sit there. So,
well, of course I'm going to put my feet up the wall with heels on. Who doesn't? Oh man. I don't know if you have one. Is there like a takeaway that you would take from this? Like if somebody bumped into you in the street and said, "Oh, what have you been doing today?"
Well, I would tell them what I did, but I just think that there should be no limits to what you can do, or just if you dream it, you can do it. Just try. And I don't really believe there's any such thing as a failure. Trying is a success in itself. So for me, this was on my to-do list, and I've done it, and I'm glad I have and have had the experience. And if someone is wondering, should they do it, they should definitely at least try it. They should.
Yeah, I'm totally with you there. I have a phrase, and it is almost word for word what you said. There is no failure. There is only winning and learning. And, I've done my fair share of those learning phases, let's put them that way. But we grow because of them.
Yeah. Someone I love once told me, never grow a wishbone where your backbone ought to be. So always try. So.
Oh, I love that. That is so cool. Yeah, that's interesting about wishes, isn't it? Because wishes without action are empty. Exactly. They're just something you wish you had.
And the limits that we have, we put them on ourselves. We are capable of so much more than what we believe. Yeah.
And we do get bombarded with those messages, but at some point, and again, I think it's that maturation, that growing older. Right. And not only physical years, obviously, but mentally and emotionally maturing as well, is when we can realize that if I want it, I've got to go and get it.
Yes.
Like nobody brings this to you.
And it's much more rewarding when you do it for yourself.
Man, isn't it just? Yeah. And you just, there's another phrase. I like all these little phrases. I used to be a builder with my dad. So we owned a building company, and we was renovating somebody's house. And there was this tiny little book. It's probably like 2 inches by 2 inches. So I picked it up and I read it, and it said, "It's funny how success smells like sweat." Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow. Yeah. And I was labouring at the time. I was like humping bricks from one place to another. I was like, I'm really successful today.
Yes.
But it really sunk in. It's like, and it is back to the limits are ourselves. Like if we want something, we have to go and get it. We have to make those changes and sacrifices sometimes to go and get them, you know. But if you don't try, you'll never, ever get it.
And being nervous is all part of it.
Of course.
You're nervous and you're excited, and that often tells me that I'm going in the right direction, I think. So
because it's important. If it weren't important, you wouldn't be nervous or scared. Right. It would just be something you've done.
Yes.
You know. Yeah, I like that. That's good too. Man, this is good. We could just hear and philosophize all day long, couldn't we? Actually, the last thing I normally part with is, what would you say to someone who's on the fence? But you've already answered that. Is just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
There's a reason you're thinking about it, so just do it.
That's it, isn't it? So I get some of those messages occasionally. Somebody will send me a message and say, what's it about? Or, you know, and then they don't pursue it. And I don't take it personally, but it's more like there's something in you that made you message me in the first place. Come back and have a conversation.
Yes.
And if at the end of the conversation you still don't want to do it, that's cool too. But come and have the conversation and explore. Find out what the thing is that's blocking you from doing it. Because, you know, I'm not here to talk anyone into anything. No. They came to me for a reason, you know.
But it could be something so simple that you can work around, and if you're not given that opportunity to let them know they're missing out.
Yeah.
They need to just open up.
Yeah. It's a question in there. They just need to answer, you know, or they need answered. Like, a common one is what happens to my images. I don't want my images on the internet. You know, well, of course you don't. And then so it goes in your head, and the anxiety wheel turns. It's like, my pictures go on the internet. Everyone's going to know what I've done. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing that anymore. And then, you know, a quick phone call would say, no, they're your images. They don't go anywhere.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's just one example. I'm sure there's many others. But yeah, I agree. Just pick up the phone and say hello, and we'll see where it goes. Yeah.
And you don't know who they are. They don't know who you are. So there's no harm in asking the question.
No. Yeah, and do the research. Like you said, you went through my portfolio. That's the right thing to do, you know, and you check me out and you follow me on this, and I friend request most people because then you get to see who it is. And, you know, of course you want to know whose basement you're going into with a bag of underwear. You know, that's the joke that I have. But of course you want to know who you know, what's, and so check that. If you're a researcher like me, just go and research, figure it out, you know.
And, for sure.
But then, you know, maybe at some point you'll go, this seems pretty cool. I can do that.
Yeah. It was a great experience. I'm glad I did it.
Me too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's the end of this part.